Good afternoon. What is your name?
Brian Keller.
And what do you do for work?
EMT.
EMT? How long have you been doing an EMT?
15 years now. I am
15 years?
33. Yeah.
Okay, so you've been doing it since you're 18?
Yep.
And how'd you get into that line of work?
Straight out of high school, I did some jobs early in high school to get me ready to be an EMT and get in the line of work with firefighters. So yeah, after that amount of time, I went to go be an EMT.
So we, from what we've seen, let's talk about your childhood. Explain what your parents were like.
As a child, I would say I was neglected, and in my later teens, before I became an EMT and wanted to help serve people in the best way I could, I went to juvenile detention, and now I volunteer to help with trauma recovery charities.
Yeah. Are you religious in any way?
I would say so. Yeah.
What religion do you belong to? Are you
I would say I'm a Christian.
You're a Christian?
What denomination of Christianity?
I belong to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Okay, so
Okay.
Mormon. Got it.
Okay. Let's see here. Do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I like collecting vintage shoes. It's been one of my hobbies since I was 12.
What kind of shoes do you collect?
Mostly vintage, of most different styles, but I like them worn when they're used a bit.
Yeah. Do you like men's, women's, any specific style, or?
Yeah, I like men's shoes the most because, you know, I can fit them on my shoes, check them out, see how they are.
Okay. So, how about social media? We have some information that you had a connection with 3 of the victims on social media, at least from what we can see.
Yeah.
What is that about?
I just interacted with them. I mean, I wouldn't say I was like friends with them. I just talked to them a bit. I knew one of them very personally, but yeah.
Do you have any hobbies other than shoe collecting?
I own some books for Egypt mythology. I'm really fascinated with the referencing of Ankh, which is like a symbol of rebirth.
Are you Egyptian?
No, not Egyptian. Just born and raised in Atlanta.
And when was the last time you went to church?
Very long time ago.
Very long time ago. So it's been a hot minute since you've been going around.
Yeah. Let's see here. You live, where'd you say you lived?
Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Yeah. Metro Atlanta.
Metro?
Atlanta area. Work in Atlanta
Okay.
as the EMT.
Take a photo.
Do you travel a lot for your job?
No, I wouldn't say so. I kind of just stay in Atlanta. Being an EMT, I work with all the other EMTs over there. None of them ever leave. I mean, I'm stationed here, so I stay here for the most part.
Do you work very closely with the fire department and EMT?
Yeah, we work with fire departments. Yeah, I work closely with them, but I wouldn't say I am a firefighter. They take them out of the burning buildings. I take them to the hospital.
Let's see here. Do you like fishing?
I wouldn't say I'm particularly fond of fishing, but I mean I've been fishing earlier in my life. I mean I wouldn't say it's a big thing for me.
Do you own a boat? By chance?
No, I don't.
Okay. What lakes do you fish at if you were to go?
Well, if I were to go, I would like to go to probably a Coney. Yeah.
Okay.
When was the last time you went fishing?
I'd say the last time I went fishing, it's hard to say. I went with my dad when I was really young, so I'd probably say 10.
And this is the same parent that neglected you?
Yeah, neglected me. Yeah.
How about your mom? Did your mom do the same, or was she different?
No,
in a way?
she was worse than him. So, yeah.
Any more questions for you?
I don't have any more questions for you right now. All right.
You're dismissed.
We'll bring you back to the room. What's your name?
Luke Pendleton,
Luke Pendleton.
What is your age?
36,
Okay, and where do you live at?
Atlanta.
Tell us, what do you do for work?
Well, I'm a personal trainer, but I was also a medic in the Army Reserve.
Okay. personal trainer, do you deal with a lot of people?
Yeah, young men mostly.
Young man.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you know anybody from your Army Reserve time? You still in contact?
A few people.
A few people. You close with those people?
Not really, not much anymore.
Okay.
Kind of drifted.
Okay.
Let's talk about high school. What happened in high school with you?
Kind of a lot. I was bullied a lot in high school. I didn't feel seen at all. I've actually talked about it on a couple of my blogs.
And it says here that you had trained one of the victims that have helped that we found.
Right, yeah.
How was that training session?
It was good.
Anything out of the ordinary happened that day?
Yeah, he seemed kind of troubled.
Kind of trouble?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way I can describe it.
Do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I like to go fishing.
Where do you go fishing a lot?
It's Lake Lanier.
Lake Lanier?
Yeah.
Do you own a boat?
No, I don't.
No, you don't own a boat.
Mm.
Okay. Are you religious in any way?
I would say religious. I like Egyptian symbols a lot, especially the ankh. I have a necklace I wear a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much as far as it goes.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you some questions about some of the people we have found. I'm going to ask you first about, have you seen this man before?
Yeah, he looks vaguely familiar.
Vaguely familiar?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you the same question, but for this man, have you seen him before?
Travis Jones.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Vaguely familiar, you say? Do you recall anywhere we may have seen him?
Maybe the gas station one night.
Maybe the gas station?
Yeah.
Let's see. What were you doing at the gas station that night?
I was getting something to drink.
Something to drink?
Yeah.
And do you know what he was doing that night?
No, I saw him there.
Do you look out of the ordinary in any way?
Not that I can remember. I didn't get a good look at him though.
Okay. Yet he looks vaguely familiar.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see. So back to the symbol of Ankh. How much do you believe in that? What's your fascination to do with it?
It's just really interesting. I just really believe in it. And also just a cool symbol and so I know that sounds weird. And,
Do you know what the symbol means?
man, I can't remember it right now.
Yeah, you have an extreme fascination with it?
But yeah.
Interesting.
So you were at the bar at the time of the second victim's murder, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you consider yourself a strong, very athletic, strong man?
I'd say so, yeah. Especially I train people
Okay.
for that kind of thing.
Do you think about your time in the Army a lot?
Honestly, I try not to.
Did you bring any traumatic memories?
And there are some. Try to push them away.
Okay. Do you believe those memories may make you act out in any way, if you remember them?
Not really act out, more shut down, really.
And you've been to therapy for that?
No, I don't really believe in therapy.
Okay.
Do you drink a lot because of it?
I try not to. Occasionally I do, but
And yet you were at the bar.
yeah, that's one of those nights where I was.
So you're at the bar, right? Do you recognize this man from the bar?
Can't say I do.
Have you ever had issues with drinking?
Never issues, no.
Have you ever had violent outbursts when you were drinking?
No, not that I can recall.
As you recall? Do you forget a lot of things when you drink?
No. Like I said, I don't drink that much, so.
You once blogged about becoming who we admire. What do you mean by that?
I just know, like, you admire someone, right? You try to be more like them because there's some aspects that you like in them that you want to see in yourself. And so you try to work on yourself to be more like them. Being who you admire.
Okay. Let's see. And you're sure you have no idea what the symbol of Ankh means?
No, I really just forgot it.
Interesting. done there. Okay. Thank you so much for your consideration. What is your name?
I'm Jason Bellamy,
And how old are you?
31.
What do you do for work, Jason?
Well, I'm an EMT and I work very closely with the fire department.
In what area do you work in?
Atlanta. I work around the Atlanta area.
Atlanta? Do you travel a lot for work?
Not much, no. I just kind of keep to Atlanta.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Can I ask a question? Are you religious in any way?
Well, I'm a bit religious. It's not one of the big ones, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one are you talking about then?
Oh, it's just some small one. You haven't heard of it. It's
I'm sure I've probably heard of some. I'm religious myself.
really.
Yes.
Oh wow. What religion do you practice?
We're here to ask about you, not me at this moment.
I'm sorry about that. Well, it's really more of a all-encompassing religion. You know, it's like treat your neighbor how you want to be treated.
Are there any notable gods in that religion?
Well, it's more of a society kind of thing. It's not really a higher power. It's more of the greater collective.
Okay, so you guys use any symbols to, talk to each other like that, to
Well-
identify yourselves with each other?
Well, we do have this kind of funny looking little symbol that we kind of like. There's no meaning behind it. It's just it looks like an Egyptian ankh.
Yes.
Yeah. It looks kind of like that. I was thinking of getting a tattoo of it just for a little fun thing.
Do you have any tattoos right now?
No, not right now, but I do have some ideas.
Okay, do you have that tattoo scheduled anytime soon?
Well, no, not anytime in the next month or like there's no scheduling of that.
Okay. Tell us about your childhood, Jason.
Well, to be honest, I had a rough childhood. My parents didn't care for me. I'll just be straight up on that. I had a very, very tough time growing up, but I was luckily I luckily went into foster home, and my foster parents were very, very nice to me. They were very, very good. I'm glad to have my parents, Bill and Dina. They're very, very terrific people. They made me who I am today, and I help people every day.
That's good.
So, yeah, would you say you're an athletic person?
Oh,
Very
yes,
athletic?
yes.
So I'm guessing you're on some really top-end high athletic shoes then.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I actually collect shoes. Yeah. Funny thing about that, one of them has gone missing. It might be me. I'm a little bit of a disorganized person, but like, I think I would know if one of my shoes was missing by my hand. So I'm suspicious about that.
Yeah, I'm guessing where do you go? Were you running, hiking at? Do you hike in the mountains?
Yeah,
Or
I
forests
go
sometimes?
hiking quite a bit with my EMT pals. We're all kind of close. I keep tabs on them. They're all really nice,
Okay.
a nice group.
Do you recognize this man at all?
No, I don't think I do. Aaron Morris.
Aaron Morris. I'll take that back. He's a hiker in the area as well that has recently gone missing.
That's terrible.
It is. Let's see. Do you have any hobbies other than shoe collecting?
As I said, hiking. I do marathons a little bit. I haven't been great on them so far. I do kind of like to keep my shoes pretty clean. I just kind of stick to work other than just some working out, stuff like that.
So you don't fish on the weekends or anything like that, and anything like that.
I mean, occasional fishing trips with the buddies at the EMT.
What lakes are you guys going to for that EMT trip?
I think it was just Lake Lanier, probably.
Okay.
I think we just stayed pretty close.
Okay. That's fair.
Y'all catch a lot of fish up there?
No, not many. I'm not very good at fishing.
Do y'all use a boat or?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we went on my buddy's boat. Last time we went. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me, do you have access to any sort of firefighter equipment or resources?
Well, not really. I'm not allowed to. I'm close with the firemen, but I'm not like allowed to like go steal equipment or anything. I'm not.
But you could. You're able to if you're in close relations with them.
I really don't think I would ever do something like that. Like it's I keep work pretty. I hold a sanctity to work. You know, I keep it kind of work, play, that kind of stuff.
Question: when you were a child, with your adopted parents, did you ever enroll in like Boy Scouts or anything like that? Has anything to do with that?
No, I was not really into all that Boy Scout things. I kind of stayed home. I was a little bit of a shy person then. I was, I don't know if you know this, I had a history of depression. I was, as a child, I was still a little bit shaken up by my birth parents. They were not great to me.
So you got therapy for this, or did you do anything else?
Yes, I've been going to therapy. It's been very good, yes. And my parents, again, Bill and Dina, they've been very, very nice and helped me through all of this.
Take any antidepressants for that?
Yes, I do, yes.
Tell me, are you an active drinker?
No. I mean, maybe once every 6 months. I'm very well versed in what the danger of alcohol are. Specifically, again, my parents, they were heavy drinkers, and I can see what that can do to a family, and I stay away from that, except for maybe social events, again with my group. I have a close set of friends in the EMT business.
And talk about, you guys do a community safety fair every year?
Yes, we do, yeah.
Okay.
We had a very successful one recently.
Yeah. There was a little thing we had, is that we saw that there was a picture of you at the community safety fair talking to one of the victims that were later murdered. Do you know about that? Do you have any recollection of that happening?
I talked to a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure that if I was talking to that many people, there would be someone connected to this whole thing. What is this exactly? What am I being brought in for?
We're just trying to ask some questions, figure some facts out. Get that
You
right.
said they were murdered?
Someone has gone missing, so
No.
we're attempting to see if we can find that person.
Well, I hope you find them.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Let's see here. You say you like to go hiking. What areas do you like to go hiking in?
Oh, just around. I don't really have a specific place. I just like,
You just travel around?
yeah, just around the area. I keep it close though. I don't really love traveling far away.
So you're like outside of Atlanta type of
Yeah.
forest?
Just
Okay.
close.
Okay.
There's a lot of water near Atlanta. Do you ever go swimming?
I go swimming a little bit occasionally. I don't do anything like competitive or anything. I go to like aquariums. I like aquariums, and I go to swim sometimes. Yeah.
Must be a very active man.
Yeah, I mean I like keeping healthy.
Okay. Yeah, you consider yourself a friendly person too?
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
active?
I
Okay.
mean I'm approachable. That's what I've been told.
Okay.
Have you ever been jealous of another man?
Not very. I try to see everything through everyone else's eyes. You know, empathy. That's one of the big things in my religion. I really do try and keep peace with everyone I meet.
Okay. And for your religion, since you did mention the Ankh, do you know what the Ankh means?
Well, in Egyptian, it's the symbol of life and death. I know that. I know that very well because I did pretty well in school. But it's not an Ankh. It's more of a symbol of peace.
So so it just means peace
Yeah,
to y'all?
yeah. Just
Okay.
getting along, treating people how you wish to be treated. You know, the golden rule, like that.
I thought you said earlier it didn't mean anything.
Well, it doesn't mean anything very specific. It's a more all-encompassing thing, like our religion is.
You just said it meant peace, though.
Yeah, it means a good, all-encompassing peace with everyone you meet and all the God's creatures.
So it means peace. It doesn't mean
But-
not.
You said God's creatures. I thought there was no higher power for y'all.
Christian God, kind of like.
Christian God.
I thought you said you weren't Christian.
I'm not a Christian. It's a figure of speech. Like,
Okay.
like all the children of like everything.
Okay. So the symbol of Ankh means peace.
To y'all, at least.
Yes, yes, you could simplify to that. Yes.
Okay.
There's no deeper meaning to that. Anything that you guys like in church, it means peace and something else.
No, it's not a church-going religion.
Okay.
We're not like
Go on Sundays.
we're not like that.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you all do? Do you worship a god in any way?
No, no higher power. We just like I learned about it from some friends in the EMT business. It's very closely connected to helping people, and that's kind of why I went into EMT. My dad, Bill, his grandpa, his grandpa, he was part of this religion. I thought maybe that kind of connected me to it, and I got it into it, and it really did help me choose this career path to help people and kind of heal people, you know?
Okay.
Anything else you wanna go on?
I don't have any questions at this moment.
Okay.
All right.
You're dismissed, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Of course. What's your name?
Cal Wilmington.
Wilmington.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I am 34 years old.
And what is your residence in?
My residence, I currently live in Atlanta.
Okay.
What do you do for work in there other than that?
I work as a firefighter.
How long have you been doing that?
Been working as a firefighter for about 11, 10 years now.
Okay.
11, 10
Do you know your station number?
Number 22.
Number 22. Okay. And that's where at exactly? In
That is 815 Hollywood Road, Northwest in Atlanta.
Okay.
Okay then. So you're well versed in that.
Yeah, I've been going there for a good while now.
Good while, yeah. How long have you been at that station?
Let's see. 8, 9 years.
And where were you before that?
Before that, I was up in Forsyth County, around Lake Lanier, but
Okay. Yeah.
And then, would you say you're well respected in the firefighting house?
I wouldn't say that, but I think some of my colleagues would probably say that.
Okay. Tell me, do you have any hobbies, Cal?
Well, I do like to go out and fish. It's very relaxing.
Yeah. Where do you like to fish?
Let's see. Lake Lanier's fun. I like to go fly fishing on some rivers. Yeah, we got some nice fishing out in Idaho.
Oh, I've heard up there. Let's see.
Yeah.
Do you have a boat?
I do not have a boat, sadly.
Oh, okay.
You just go fly fishing from the land?
Well, that's typically what you do is you go out, but that's out in rivers.
Yeah.
So that you when you go fishing, do you ever use one of your other buddies' boats that you?
Yeah, I go out with some buddies every
Okay.
so often. I like making new friends
Okay.
going fishing.
Yeah. Let's see here. Tell us about your depression, Cal.
Well, I wasn't aware that y'all knew that I suffered from depression, but came from a very long line of my father belittling me about different things, saying that I'll never be enough, but I think I showed him that I am more than enough.
And are you on any medication for that?
I am not on medication, unless you call being in the outdoors medication.
In some cases it may be. Tell us, are you an active drinker, Cal?
I frequent an old storehouse in Buckhead.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Okay.
Some good drinks there.
Yeah, they have some good drinks. I like to get me a nice old Jack and Coke.
Classic. Do you get drunk often?
Have about 2 to 3 drinks and then done for the night.
Do you ever get aggressive when you drink, Cal?
Well, people haven't really told me that I get aggressive, so I take it that I don't.
Do you ever forget what happens when you drink?
Once or twice.
Have you ever
Just-
been? Yeah, have you ever been like questioned? Like, has a police officer stopped you for drinking, or have you ever been pulled over
No.
for that reason?
No.
Okay.
Let's see here. Do you travel a lot for your job?
Well, for my job, no. I typically stay down near Atlanta, but whenever I get the chance, I like to go around, travel, sightsee. Love to go on runs and stuff. Go see different waterways, find different areas to go fish.
Yeah. So, do you consider yourself athletic then? Considering?
I mean, you kind of got to be athletic to be a firefighter, but
Fair. So I'm guessing. I'm guessing you have a gym then, right?
yeah.
And what is the name of the gym?
I usually go to LA Fitness.
Okay, and it's about how far away from your house?
That's a great question. I don't even pay attention to how far it is from my house anymore.
Okay, and you just near a fire station, or it's just somewhere you'd like to go?
It's just somewhere I like to go. Very nice atmosphere.
Yeah, how often do you go there?
3 to 4 times a week.
So you go there 3 to 4 times a week, and you have no idea how long it takes to get there?
Yeah, I'm not that good with the timing and distance. But yeah.
Do you ever help people when you're at the gym, like help them work out, help them teach them?
Well, if they need somebody to spot them, I like to help be a spotter.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you ever personally train people?
Not really, but I mean, every so often somebody will come up and ask me, and I'll help them out.
See, there's a question about, are you a religious person? Would you consider yourself religious?
Kind of. I follow Christianity, but I like to do research into other religions.
May I ask what denomination of Christianity are you?
Well, been going to Baptist church ever since I was a child, so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Tell me, Cal, does the name Josh Fields ring a name?
Josh Fields. Not really.
Not really. He's an EMT who was close with the firefighters and has recently gone missing.
Oh,
You've never seen this man? That doesn't ring a single bell.
does not ring a single bell. There's a lot of EMTs that get really close with firefighters, so.
Interesting.
I'm going to ask you about another person.
Yeah.
Do you know who a Brody Wilson is? He was last seen leaving a firehouse near the Georgia Tech campus. You know, do you recognize that?
Well, I usually don't go around Georgia Tech or any of the college campuses unless I'm needed, but no, he doesn't really seem familiar to me at all.
Let's see.
Oh, I got it. And you say you're a drinker, right?
Yeah, I like the occasional drink.
Okay, so I'm guessing then you must know Matt Mills. He works at the so-called storehouse you go to.
Oh yeah, he's a real good guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing bartender.
How close are you?
I mean, he mixes my drinks. I chat with him for a little bit, so I'd say acquaintances.
Okay.
When was the last time you saw Matt?
Last time I saw him, well, honestly, I haven't seen him in a very, very long time. I haven't thought much about it, but I haven't seen him much. Yeah. I thought maybe he moved away, got another job or something. I haven't seen him.
Have you ever hung out with him outside of the bar?
No.
Have you hung out with the other two people we've showed you?
No. Like I said with, what was it, Brady? The one from Georgia Tech. I don't really go around college campuses.
And you say you like to fish, right?
Yeah, I love fishing.
Have you ever seen this man, Mr. Travis Jones?
Mr. Travis Jones, I might have seen him putting out his boat, but
His boat? Do you know when that may have been?
I go out so many times it gets all mixed up, so.
Any time frame at all?
February, maybe? February?
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. February of this year.
No.
A couple years ago? Is that-
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't really seen him out there much.
So like, say, last year or 2 years ago?
Probably about 2 years ago.
Okay.
See, this man went missing in January 26th, 2 years ago. And you're claiming you've seen him in February 2 years ago.
Hey, like I said, I go to all sorts of different places, and I don't know if you've been to other areas where they launch boats, but there's a lot of people going out in January and February.
So do you fish near where they launch boats, or is that just somewhere you happen to park your car?
Just happened to park my vehicle there, checking out the area, seeing if it would be good for fishing.
Yeah, do you ever just go into the back of the woods, or do you always stick to the paths and the trails?
Depends on how I'm feeling, but usually I stick to the trail so I don't get lost, but
But sometimes you go off of...
sometimes.
Okay. Let's see, you said you like to run.
Every so often, cardio is good for you.
Do you have many shoes that you use?
I have a single pair that I like, but I tend to have a little too many shoes, but
Okay, would you say you're a clean person when it comes to having your shoes? They're clean shoes, or you just leave them dirty?
I don't understand why we would clean them, but some pairs keep them
Okay.
clean.
Tell me, do you ever go fishing at night?
Very rarely. Very rarely.
You go hiking at night?
Every so often, yeah.
Interesting.
So you would know, you know the trails pretty well then. if you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, pretty well.
Okay. You also know where the trails end and where you can go off. In the
Oh, yeah.
woods. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. According to your GPS, you were found near a man who was found dead in the water.
Well,
It was the person you identified as Travis Jones that you said you saw a couple years ago. I know you said it gets jumbled, but you were placed near him when he went missing.
He was found in the morning, and you were there at night.
yeah.
Do you want to make any sense of that to us?
Well, going out there to check and see how it would possibly be, but
And you just happen to remember his face at night. You saw him.
well, I didn't say I saw him at night. I just saw that I said I might have seen him before.
So you both were there all day, both of you, and he was found dead the next morning.
Well, I didn't say I was there all day.
You said you saw him in the day, and you were there at night. So
I,
did you
I
leave?
might have seen him.
So you might have left. Did you leave and then come back?
I did not leave and come back. I left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then you were there all day, and sometime at night then.
Your GPS tracked you there at night. So
Maybe.
it did.
Yeah, the GPS is telling us that you were there.
Well,
So-
hey, the thing is, you can't really trust technology. I mean,
So either the computer's lying or
Or
you're
you're
lying.
I believe that the computer's lying.
Okay.
So you're believing years of engineering and scientists all that to be wrong, and you're right.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
find that hard to believe.
I know where I was. And I can tell you I was not there all day.
But you say you know where you were, but then you also go and claim that you can't remember sometimes going out, and you say it gets jumbled all together. So how can I trust that you know exactly what location you were at that
Well,
night?
when I talk about that, it's the distance between locations. But I know I was not there all day.
So this specific day, you just happen to know where your GPS said you were there. You just happen to know you were definitely not there when that happened.
And your GPS just happened to be wrong and say you were there at night when you weren't?
Yeah.
So if your GPS is broken, then have you tried to fix it?
Well, I don't really use it that much anymore.
Then why do you have it on?
I don't know how to turn it off. I mean, it's a part of the vehicle.
I mean, you could just go to the store and get them taken off. It's not hard.
Well,
Anybody can do that.
I haven't thought about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see here. Have you ever stolen equipment from your fire station?
Not that I've purposefully stolen. I might have accidentally had something on me, and then next day taken it back.
So would you say, let's say, happen to have rope on you?
Well, that's kind of a hard thing to take out with me, because it's such a big, clumsy thing to take with me.
You do. You're talking about the fishing. You sure you don't take some rope to go fishing using the equipment's
Well,
in the fire station?
the rope can be very similar. We use the same rope that I use to tie up and stuff, but whenever I go out with buddies on their boat, but no, I haven't taken rope from the fire station.
I do have a question since you've talked about your religion so much. Say you're Christian, exploring other options. What does the Ankh symbol mean to you?
The Ankh.
Yeah. What does it mean exactly?
Well, ever so often I like to believe that it can mean becoming more.
And what do you mean by that? Becoming more.
Well, we have what I believe is what we are set to be, but we can become more of who we are supposed to be.
And is that why you believe in the Ankh so much? Because your father was an abuser, and you believe you can become more than what your father was?
Yes.
Interesting.
Prove to
Tell
him
me.
that he was wrong.
Do you have a wife, Cal?
Nope. Happily single.
Surprising.
Happily single.
Happily single.
Have you ever envied another man for what he had?
I mean, I've looked at other guys and said, "Hey, that's a nice car. Wish I had it." Or, that's a pretty good job. That'd be nice.
So you're a jealous person.
I wouldn't say jealous.
So you just want stuff that other people have.
Well, I mean, doesn't everybody?
Yeah, but you're saying you believe in the Ankh and becoming more. Why don't you become more like the people that you point out?
Well, I don't know.
See, were you jealous of Travis Jones because he had a wife, he had a nice truck, he had a boat?
Well, I wouldn't say I was jealous of Travis. I barely even talked to the man.
Yeah, you knew him by name and face?
Well, you said his name.
And you said it rung a bell, that you knew his name.
Well, I mean, there's other people there who know him. Yeah, you go to a park where they launch off and people start saying names. It happens every day, all the time.
I still find it hard to believe that you were there the same night with a man who had a better life than you and who you envied.
Well, I wouldn't say he had a better life than me.
What would you say then?
I'd say that he's a happy man. I mean, he's got a wife. He had a nice truck. He probably had a really nice boat.
Did you know he had kids?
I did not know that.
He had children who now don't have a father.
Well, my condolences go out to the family. I did not know that.
See, that's okay. Well, we'll retire on the Travis Jones questions,
Yeah.
but I want to ask you about Aaron Morris, a hiker. He's a hiker. He runs around the state park near us.
Yeah.
You recognize that face? Seen him around? Maybe-
I might have been in a hike group with him.
Okay, a hike group. Okay.
So, you told us that you had never seen his face just a moment ago. So,
So then you've talked to him. Since you
I've talked to him.
you've talked to him.
Yeah.
Okay. You asked him about his job and stuff like that. You know what people do for lives.
Well, when you're out hiking, I tend to just focus on what we're doing. Yeah. I didn't talk to him about his job.
Okay. And did you ever go off trail with him? Ever go off trail with your hiking group at all?
No, we stick to the trail.
Did you ever find a point in the state park where it's just secluded from everybody else?
I mean, you spend enough time out there. Yeah, you find some secluded areas.
You ever been to the secluded areas with your hiking group?
Well, to camp.
The camp. Okay. So you need rope to set up a tent then.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did you happen to get this rope from the fire station?
I would have gone out and bought it.
would it be the same rope that you used at the fire station? Because
It would be very, very similar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would not take the rope from the fire station.
Do you know what color that rope might have been?
If I remember correctly, yellow.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of those rope tend to be either white or yellow.
Did you know what his car was like? Did you know what car he drove?
Nope.
No, you did not.
No.
Okay. So where would you say you bought this rope at?
Well, either at Academy or at like Dick's Sporting Goods or fast food shop.
Would you say like Walmart?
Yeah, you could probably find it at Walmart.
Walmart. Okay.
Yeah.
So funny enough, this Aaron Morris's car was found at a Walmart
Oh.
near. It's in parking lot Sandy Springs, so he was clearly close to Atlanta.
Yeah.
So you never met up with him beforehand,
No.
and so you're sure you've never seen him before,
No,
like that. Like you've seen him before, but you've never.
I
met
haven't.
him.
I haven't ran into him outside of our hiking group. No.
Okay. So then let's go back to Matt Mills. Obviously, you guys are very close with each other.
I wouldn't say very close.
Well,
I knew him.
yeah.
Yeah.
You knew well enough to know he's by name. He made a really good drink, and
Yeah, made a really good drink. Really good drink.
yeah, he'd give you a little extra.
Yeah, every so often. But
Cause y'all just buds and
yeah, acquaintances.
acquaintances.
Okay, acquaintances. So, have you ever thought about buying a new car?
I wouldn't see why I would need to buy a new car.
What kind of car do you drive right now?
I currently drive a first generation Tundra. I love that truck.
Okay, so, and you also said you went to LA Fitness, right?
Yeah, I go there.
So,
I go there.
Do you know a Riley Taylor?
I might have seen him there.
Have you helped him out work out? Like you said, you like to help people spot or anything
Yeah,
like that?
I might have helped him. Yeah.
I don't know if he's very active, very friendly person.
Yeah.
From what we've heard. So I'm guessing you've probably ran into a conversation, right?
Yeah, probably talked to him for a little bit.
Let's see here. So, Matt Mills. So y'all were just buddies, right?
Yeah, acquaintances. Yeah.
Acquaintances.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, never really hung out outside of the bar.
Okay.
So, and then the other two people we showed you, no recollection besides just seeing them around?
No.
Maybe having a quick conversation with
Yeah.
them?
At most, a quick
Okay, at most.
conversation. Yeah.
Okay, were they ever, let's say, were they ever like, more muscular than you, or like more bigger?
Well, one of them might have been working out longer, but
So would you say you would want to become somebody like that?
I'd aspire to either go to the gym more, work out more, become more like them.
Yeah, since you said you're 34, do you have any hair loss problems?
Not really.
Okay,
No.
okay.
I have a happy, healthy head of hair.
Let's go back to Travis Jones.
All right.
GPS puts you near him on the same night he was found dead.
Yeah.
And you said you didn't see him that night,
Yeah.
but you saw him during the day.
If I saw him, it would have been during the day.
So you were there all day till night.
I was not there all day till night.
So then where were you?
I was there for a little bit, checking it out. Went to go get food, came back.
Where'd you go to get food?
It's probably McDonald's. Get me a little burger.
Did you get any gas while you were out?
Yeah, I was about half to quarter tank. You know how those old trucks are. They guzzle gas. Yeah.
Where'd you get gas there?
Well, I think the only thing that was close was a racetrack.
Did you see him at the racetrack? Did you see him at the boat dock? Where'd you see him?
I might have seen him at, well, not might have. I saw it. Saw him at the boat dock. Saw him out there getting ready.
So we did get another GPS hit. It might have been near the park that you go hiking at with your group.
Yeah.
So are you sure you've never seen this man outside of the hiking group?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure.
So you bought the rope that
Yeah.
you used to go camping with this man
Yeah.
at a Walmart,
Yeah.
and his car was found at a Walmart, the exact same Walmart, near y'all's camping site.
Well, I mean, it's the closest Walmart.
So how would he have gotten to the camping site then? You said he went camping just with you, so.
Well, I didn't say just with me. We have a group.
So did you give him the car then? Like, how did he get there if his car was in the Walmart parking lot?
We could have gone with another member of our hiking group.
Okay, how many members of the hiking group are there?
5.
5, okay.
And are you close with these people?
I mean, I'd go out and hike with them. So I mean,
So you say pretty close.
I'd say
Well,
decently close.
Okay.
Yet you just never see him outside of hiking, you never talk to them or anything?
Yeah. I mean, work.
So then how do you schedule your hikes then?
Through text thread.
So you do talk
So
to
you
them
do talk-
outside,
Well, not in person, but
but you text them?
yeah.
Okay.
Text him often?
I mean, whenever I'm free and I want to go hiking, yeah.
So how often are you free then?
About probably once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah.
So you just only ever talk to them when you want to hike with them?
Yeah,
And
pretty much.
You guys don't talk about your lives. You just talk about whatever.
No. We just primarily talk about hiking and when we want to go and how bad we want to go.
So you don't know any, you don't have any of these other people's locations on the hiking thread? No.
No.
No like 360 on it?
No.
Nothing like that? Okay.
And if you were able to talk to these other people, would they would they agree with your story?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, they would.
I'm pretty sure you're sure.
I'm sure.
Just question you're twitching your hands a little bit there. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just tend to fidget. It's from the past, but yeah.
Have you ever tied certain knots that you used for rescues?
I mean, yeah, I have to practice tying knots.
Yeah, what's your favorite one?
Either the trucker hitch or the constrictor knot. Both really, really good. Get a lot of tension, can hold a lot of weight.
It's very tight.
Yeah,
knot, yeah.
Holds things down,
Yeah, can hold things down really well.
hold things together.
Yeah.
Aaron Morris was found with a constrictor knot with that same yellow rope you just told us. He was found dead.
Well, it was, like I said, that rope can be found at Walmart. It's a very, very common rope for stuff, for being outdoors, and constrictor knot, can be used for a lot of things. It's a
Okay.
very common knot.
So constrictor knot. So you say that that just happens to be coincidence then, right?
Yeah.
So are you sure? Because Travis Jones was also found with a constrictor knot around his neck
With the same yellow
with
rope.
the same yellow rope.
Again, it's a very common rope for being outdoors, especially being out on a boat, being out on the lake. And again, constrictor knots are really good. A lot of people use them.
And your acquaintance Matt Mills was found with yellow ropes tied around his wrist and ankles. Same rope you're telling us that you tied, that the constrictor knots were tied with the other victims.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're trying to accuse me for killing these guys,
We're not accusing anybody. We're just trying to get the facts straight.
it was not me.
Okay.
I know that for a fact.
Okay, sure. Do you know who this guy is? Again.
I've never met him before.
Okay, so then, again, he was found with the same wrist and ankle ties as everybody else, all the other
Yeah.
victims, with the same rope.
Yeah.
And you're saying that there's just no correlation there.
Yeah.
It's just all a coincidence.
Well, I mean, we live in Georgia. We
That's
got a
true.
lot of people that go outdoors, a lot of people that fish, like to use constrictor knots.
So it's just a coincidence that your GPS broke on the same night you were there when Travis was found dead.
I guess so.
And it's just a coincidence. All of them use the same rope that you use and the same knot that you use.
Yeah.
So, just
It's
quick.
just a coincidence.
Do I have a
Yeah.
question then? Do you know who this is? Time
I
hold.
do not know who that is.
So you don't know who he is.
No.
Then, okay, well, again, same with everybody else. Same wrist and ankle bindings, same rope as every other victim.
Yeah.
And you're saying that it could not be any type of, I don't know, planned out thing or something that somebody's used to doing. It's just all a coincidental thing that's happening.
Yeah. Well, if it's not a coincidence, then somebody's killing these guys.
You're right. Somebody is killing
Yeah,
these guys.
but it's not me.
But how do we know that?
Well, I mean, again, it's a very common rope, very common knot.
It's common knot, but not a lot of people can tie a knot as good and as tight as, let's say, a firefighter.
Well, we get a lot of practice out of it.
Yeah, a lot of practice.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you can tie the knot basically perfectly every time,
I wouldn't say perfectly,
but almost perfect, right?
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so then all of the other victims were found almost perfectly tied constrictor knots around their wrists and ankles.
Yeah.
So either A, it's just some random coincidence, or B, you had something to do with it.
Well, I'm gonna stick with A.
But then what did you say? It's one of your associates then that work at the fire station? Any EMTs you worked with that know how to tie constrictor knots?
Well, I know a lot of people that know how to tie constrictor knots, but none of them seem to be violent.
Uh-huh. How about any EMTs you guys work with? Because I heard you guys work closely with the fire departments. They work close with y'all. You know any EMTs by name?
No, not by name.
Not by name. So then, from what I'm gathering here is that you happen to just know how to tie an almost perfect constrictor knot. You happen to buy the same yellow rope from a Walmart that one of the victims went to.
Same exact brand.
Same
too.
exact brand.
Oh, I mean, it's the best brand.
It's the best brand,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
So-
the tightest brand then, right?
Yeah.
Tied rope, yeah. And then
Yeah.
and everybody else's wrist and ankles are tied the same.
Yeah.
And you're saying it's not you.
I'm saying it's not me.
I find that hard to believe. Especially with what you've given us, is that you know nobody else that works in EMT that would have the same type of knowledge as you. You basically, you're claiming that you know how to tie a perfectly constrictor knot, and you know you have kind of a sense of jealousy in other people. I know you didn't say that, but nobody, you seem a little envious of other people's accomplishments.
I wouldn't really say envious, but yeah, I admire people who have better things than me.
Whenever you talk about becoming more, and then victims have, you know, either a loving family,
Yeah.
a better job, better cars.
Yeah.
You're saying that you just. that
Well, I
you
wouldn't
love to
say
have
better
it.
cars.
I mean, yes, cool.
Yeah.
But you're saying that you're just saying you want to be like them. You don't want to. You're just not jealous of them at all. Nothing like
No.
that.
Really jealous. Yeah.
Not envious at all. You just happen to want to be a better person.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, who doesn't?
And yet, all of these men had something better in their life than you: wives, cars, boats.
Yeah.
And you didn't feel jealous about them, even a tiny bit.
No.
You weren't jealous at all.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think that's all we have.
for maybe all the time we have here.
All right.